High up in the winding, whispering walls of a great big canyon, lived a little echo named Echo. Now Echo was very good at her job. When a bird chirped, she chirped right back. When the wind whistled, she whistled too. She was a bouncing, repeating sound dancing across the stone. But sometimes Echo felt a tiny, quiet feeling deep inside. It was a feeling that maybe, just maybe, she wanted to be more than just a copy. She wanted to have a sound all her own. She would watch the world below, so full of beautiful, silent things, and wonder. She saw flashes of color that had no sound for her to repeat. They were quiet mysteries. One morning, as she bounced an eagle's cry from one cliff to another, she had a wonderful brand new thought. What if she didn't just repeat sounds? What if she could repeat colors? The idea made her whole self shimmer with excitement. But there was a problem. How does an echo hear a color? Colors were so quiet. Echo knew she would have to listen. Not with her ears but with her heart. She would have to go on an adventure, down into the great big canyon, and find the colors for herself. A little shiver of nervousness ran through her. She had never gone so far from her high, safe perch. But the wish to find her own voice was stronger than the fear. So with a deep, silent breath, little Echo began to float down into the vastness of the canyon. The world changed as she drifted lower. The air felt different. It was warmer and carried the dusty smell of ancient stone. The towering walls seemed to lean in, giants watching the tiny Echo on her big mission. Echo felt very small. But she was brave. She remembered her wish, her dream of a new song, and on she went. She drifted past layers of rock, all different shades of brown and gray. She was looking for something vibrant. Something special. She floated over a narrow path where a lizard sat sunning itself on a warm stone. What could that bright, warm spot be? Up ahead on the cliff face. It looked like a splash of paint from a giant's brush. Echo floated closer, her curiosity pushing the nervousness away. And there it was. It wasn't a sound, but it was so strong it felt like one. It was a magnificent, rusty red rock. It was the red of a juicy, ripe strawberry. Not a scary red, but a happy, exciting red. It was the color of the biggest, most beautiful flower you've ever seen. It glowed with a warm, silent power under the sun. Echo moved right up to the red rock. She didn't hear it with her ears, but she felt it. She felt its warm, solid strength. She felt its vibrant, happy energy. She let that feeling fill her up, from the very tip of her top to the bottom of her bottom. She listened with her heart, and her heart heard red. She had found her first color. A little bubble of joy bounced inside her. She could repeat this. She tucked the warm red feeling safely away inside, a new note for her song. Feeling braver, Echo continued her journey. On drifted the little Echo, soft and slow through the canyon deep. She bobbed past a sleepy cactus and weaved through tall, spindly rock towers. She was looking for her next color. But the canyon was so big. For a moment she felt a little lost. The walls were all the same dusty brown. Would she ever find another color? Had she used up all her luck on the wonderful red rock? Just then she floated around a corner and into a wide open space. The canyon walls opened up and she saw everything. It was so huge it took her breath away. It was an endless, endless blanket of the most beautiful color she had ever seen. It was blue. But not just one blue. It was 100, 1,000 blues all woven together. It was the soft, gentle blue of a robin's egg. It was the deep, mysterious blue of a hidden pond. It was the brilliant, happy blue of a summer afternoon. It was the sky. Echo didn't have to get close to feel this one. It surrounded her. It hugged her. She felt tiny under its vastness, but she also felt safe and calm. The blue felt peaceful and big and full of gentle dreams. She listened with her heart, and her heart heard blue. She soaked in the calm, vibrant feeling, letting the cool, peaceful blueness become a part of her. Another note for her song. Two colors now, warm red and calm blue, swirled together inside her, making a lovely, silent melody. She was doing it. She was really finding her own voice. Echo twirled with happiness, a silent little pirouette in the canyon air. She just needed one more color. What would it be? Where would it be? She drifted along, her eyes searching every nook and cranny of the stone world. She floated down near the bottom of the canyon, where the air was cool and damp. She passed a little trickle of water, singing its own gurgly song as it ran over the stones. And that's when she saw it. In the shade, on a rock right next to the happy water, was a soft velvety patch of green. It was a fuzzy emerald carpet of moss. This green was not loud and bright. It was a quiet secret green. It was the green of a shady forest floor. It was the color of new life, soft and cool to the touch. Echo drifted down and gently, ever so gently, brushed against the moss. It felt like a damp, velvety cushion. It smelled like fresh rain and earth. It was a vibrant, living green. She listened with her heart, and her heart heard green. It was a soft, growing, wonderful feeling. The final note for her song. She had done it. She had found all three colors. Red, blue, and green all held safe inside her. She felt so full, so complete. She wasn't just an echo anymore. She was Echo, who had listened to the canyon and learned its colorful secrets. Just then a breeze blew through the canyon, and it whistled a low, lonely note. It was a sound waiting to be repeated. Old Echo would have whistled back the exact same note. But new Echo had a better idea. She had her very own song to sing. She took a deep breath, thinking of her three colors. She thought of the warm, happy red of the rock. She thought of the big, calm blue of the sky. She thought of the soft, growing green of the moss. And she opened her voice and sang them all out together. What came out wasn't a whistle. It wasn't a chirp. It was a brand new sound the canyon had never heard before. It was a beautiful, shimmering, wordless melody that sounded like all the colors of the world dancing together. It was vibrant and bouncing and full of joy. It was Echo's own voice. The melody bounced off the canyon walls, but something magical happened. It didn't just repeat. The red rocks seemed to glow a little brighter. The blue sky seemed to sparkle. The green moss seemed to quiver with happiness. The canyon itself was repeating her color song. Not with sound but with light and life. Echo had done more than find her voice. She had shared it. And as her beautiful color melody filled the air, she knew she would never just copy again. She had too many songs of her own to sing. I wonder what other colors she might find next time? Perhaps a sunny yellow or a royal purple. But that is a story for another day in the canyon. Moral: finding your own voice means being brave enough to explore new things and discover what makes you unique.